Hello, thank you for checking out this video. If you would like to learn how to draft and sew a basic short, this video is for you. Please stay tuned to the end. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's dive right in. First of all, I need to let you know that there are some basic measurements that you will need. You need your waist circumference, your hip circumference, and the length. The length is where you want your basic short to reach. Okay, so go ahead and mark 2 inches down. This is going to be your borderline. Mark 2 inches vertically and horizontally. Mark 2 inches vertically and horizontally and rule it out with a straight ruler. Make sure your line is straight, please. We don't want any curved lines. Mark the 2 inches both vertically and horizontally and rule it. Then, after you have successfully done that, you are going to divide your hip by 4. My hip is 40. Divided by 4 gives me 10. So I'm going to mark that vertically first. Mark it vertically and also mark your length. For me, I'm using length 18 inches. That's where I want my short to be. So mark it and rule it out on a straight line. So mark it and rule it out. So then you can go ahead to label your lines. This line, this very first line here, will be my waistline. When I came down by 10 inches, that's going to be my crouch line, and then the total length, which is 18 inches. Now go ahead and mark your hip divided by 4 horizontally. For me, I said is 10, right? So I'm marking the 10 inches horizontally now to form a box. So this new line that I marked, it is now my center. Because it is a short, it is not like a basic skirt. This is a basic short, a basic trouser. This new line, it is now our center. So we'll be taking all our measurements from this new line. Okay. Now, we are going to take our waist measurements. My waist measurement is 28. So dividing it by 4 is 7. So that's what I'm marking on the waistline now. See, I started from our center. Yes, so I'm adding 1.5 inch for my dart. So by standard, on your crouch line, you are going to go up by 2 inches. This is now the hip line. You know, when we came down by 10, when I divided by hip by 4, it gave me 10. So that is my crouch line. So going up by 2 inches, it is now our hip line. This is the standard. So I'm cross-checking again. I marked 7 inches, which is my waist divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch. So I'll be connecting this to my hip line. Not crouch, please, to the hip line with a straight ruler. I'll be telling you why we don't have to use a curve before the video ends. Now, after we have successfully done this, you can decide to take out gaping darts from there, but it is definitely not necessary. So the next thing now for us is to get our crouch extension. This way, we'll be getting a good and well-fitting crouch without any budge. So the secret is this. You will divide your hip by 20. So this is it for the front. When we get to the back, I will tell you what to do. So for this front, you are going to divide your hip by 20. So I have 40. Dividing by 20 gives me 2. So on our crouch line, you'll be extending it by 2. So on the hip line, I'm going to for ease, I'm just going to take 0.25 as is. So we'll be connecting the 3 together. See the way I placed my ruler? Please make sure that it touches the 3 points. You don't want it to be too curvy. It's going to touch your crouch line, the 0.25 on the hip line, and our center line. You see? Please smoothen it out. make sure there are no rough edges. So this now is our crouch. Now that we are done with the upper part, let's move down a bit. Measure what you have on your crouch line. So I have 12 on my crouch line and divide it by 2, that's 6. So this is going to be our crease line. Make sure mark it into a straight line, even up to your waist. Mark it into a straight line. So this is going to be our crease line. So on this our crease line, you can go ahead to take your dart. Remember earlier I added 1.5 inch for my dart, so that's 0.75 for both dart legs. By standard, the dart is 3.5 inches and inches in length. It's 3.5 inches in length. So now I lost a part of the clip, but I'm going to explain what I did gently. Next thing to do now is to measure the circumference of where you want your shorts to get to. You are going to put a tape around it. So whatever you have, you divide it by 4. So if you divide it by 4, you are going to place it on each side of the crease line. So that's what I did there. And then you are going to place your ruler carefully, the curvy part. You don't want it to be too curved. You don't want it to enter deep inside. No, it's just going to be a little bit slant. See the way I placed mine here. So that is how to place your ruler. So mine was. Now let's go ahead to draft our back pattern. We are drafting it on this same pattern. So on our crouch line, come in by 1 inch. Come in by 1 inch to inside. So you will go to the waistline also and come in by 1.5 inch. 1.5 inches from your waistline, going by 1.5 inch. So when you come in by 1.5 inch, you are going to raise it. So for me, I don't have big bum, so I'm only going to raise it by 1.75. So if you have your bum is on the smaller side, use 1.5 inches. But if you have a big bum, use 2 inches or even 2.5 inches for people with bigger bum. So we are connecting these 3 points together now with a straight ruler. You will notice that it's a little bit, it is slant. Yes, our back is curved, it's not straight. This will let our bum sit perfectly without the back gaping. So from this, you know that we've now raised it by 1.75 for me now. For you, it can be 1.5 or even 2 inches. So this is now our new waistline for the back. So my waist is 7, like we talked about earlier, plus 1.5 inches too for that. So I'll be connecting it in a slant manner to the waist, to my waistline. From this, our new crouch line, we are going to measure our hip now. You know that we have come in by 1 inch, so it won't be accurate. So using that as our center, measure your hip line and connect it to the crouch line. Make sure you extend the lines whenever appropriate. So now that we have now connected it to our waist, like we did for the front. So now we are done with this side. Let's go back to our center front. For the front, we divided our hip by 20 for the crouch extension. For this one, we'll be dividing it by 10. So my hip 40 divided by 10 now gives me 4 inches. So that is my hip the crouch extension for the back. So now from the new crouch line, not the old one, please watch this, please watch it accurately. You can pause whenever necessary. So also on the hip line, I'm coming down out by 0.25 for ease. So we'll be connecting these 4 points. Please make sure you place your ruler is well placed. You don't want it to be too deep. Place your ruler carefully and make sure you have a smooth curve that will transit from those 3 points. Make sure you have a smooth curve, please. You don't want it to be too deep. Yes. So I know that is where our 4 gets to. Please watch this carefully. So now you will go to our crease line at the hem of our pant. You are going to come out by 0.5 inch on both sides from the from our front pattern, you're going to come out by 0.5 inch on both sides. This is what you'll be connecting. Our back is always bigger. It's always bigger than the front pattern. Please note this. So now, the inseam, for the inseam, connecting the inseam to the crouched line. Now, you don't place your ruler like that. You want it to be smooth. You want the curve to transit smoothly. So that is what I'm trying to explain with the way I'm placing my ruler. Please note where I'm connecting it to. It is not where the crouch for the front stop, or it is the back. It's because our ruler the curve cannot get there. I hope you are getting it now. Yes, so I labeled everything correctly. The inseam, the side, the front. So now you just need to use this tracing wheel to trace out the front pattern. But what I mostly do most of the time is just to draft another front and cut it out. So thank you so much for staying tuned. This cutting and stitching video will be the next thing I'll be uploading. Please feel free to drop your questions in the comment section if you have any. Thank you. I'm so glad you are here. Thank you, and God bless you. Okay, please don't forget to check out the cutting and stitching video. That's what I'll be uploading next. Check out how this fits perfectly, how the back and the sides fit. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you in the next one.